Hey guys, here we go again with another ATS video. Made some changes. I went and looked at my other profile. I have a T680 just like this. In fact, it's except it's a sleeper. And found that there was a 500 horsepower X15 efficiency engine available, and I was using that same brand model of transmission, but a 2:15 ratio in that one. And I know for a fact that is the truck that I got nearly 10 miles per gallon in. So we're going to give that a whirl. It shuffled the ratio between normal cargo and heavy cargo way in the favor of normal cargo. So I still think it may not perform as balanced as the International LT did. But it's got 1,800 pound-feet of torque at 900 RPM. It'll match a little bit better. And we could play with the ratios a little bit if we wanted to go heavy haul with it. This trailer's not heavy, 33,000 pounds. It's going a little farther than I wanted, and I already accepted it and arrived. It's only paying $11,000. There was another load going to Houston that would have paid triple, and was anyway. But I had already accepted it. I would have had to pay a $12,000 penalty for abandoning the load, which negated any benefit. So we're going to go ahead and do it. Also, the advantage is it's a soft-sided box trailer. It does have the arrow thing in the front of it there, so it should be a good idea. Fuel economy with this truck, and over a pretty long distance. It's also running basically down I-35, so it should be relatively smooth sailing, and it honestly shouldn't take us that long, hopefully, to go down. You guys will hear the engine is much louder. You can hear the turbo spool up and down. Let me see if I get closer to it. It's kind of interesting. When they stop, you can hear the engine rocking back and forth on compression, and they do that in real life. Alright guys, so we're already in gear. We got the nav up. I wonder why the trip changes from that to that. Probably don't need fuel. We'll reset that. I don't know if we can get out over here or not. Definitely a much more pronounced engine sound.
Okay, let's find a new route.
More it's more clackety. But at least you can hear the engine change speed.
Go straight on.
But at higher RPMs, this is not a pleasant engine sound in this engine. I
turn right.
Really wonder whether it's that way in real life. Oh, we're gonna go.
Keep left and then turn left. Turn left.
We're over the line, aren't we? Yeah, that's why that guy didn't go. Well, somebody fucking go. find is that it's difficult for us to get it to go into 18th gear. I think we want the right lane.
Keep right.
Yeah, 35
and then
south.
exit right.
I wonder what the hell that thing is.
Exit right.
Oh boy. See, it's behaving a little better. Put it back in cruise control, and it didn't downshift. It pulled right from 1,000 revs up, which is what it should do. And I think we stay on I-35 pretty much the whole way.
Keep left.
Put the transmission in efficiency mode and see if that'll make it upshift. Pretty sure I tried that in the other profile and it didn't work. Take a look at our efficiency. We're not even on the interstate very long. We're already at 7.7. You know, actually, since the last update, there is another Eaton transmission that is stock. The Eaton Endurance, I can't remember the name of it. I did see it in here, and ChatGPT mentioned that is the actual transmission used with this combination, but it wasn't available in the game yet. It is now. I didn't notice it, and if I remember correctly, the ratios available aren't that wide. I think it might be a 10-speed. With these modern engines that have very wide torque bands, you don't actually need as many gears, generally. But they certainly come in handy when you're heavy hauling. Yeah. Go to sequential. We're going to be on the highway now for a while. That's 17th. Yes, I know. Why are you giving me these hints on this is how you drive? Press the accelerator. No shit. So now we're in 18th, and we're sitting right about 960 revs, and that's peak torque.
Keep left.
Take a look at our instant down there. 10.4 miles per gallon, straight and flat at basically 80 miles per hour. That's more like it. Problem is, the way I see this truck is about as efficient as the International LT with less power and less pulling power, at least in the game. But you have the advantage of a very nice cockpit with good mirrors. So, as I've mentioned about 80 times at this point. might feel like if you're an old school trucker, and I was at one point, where peak torque was more like 1300 revs, you definitely can feel like you're lugging the engine and not doing what you should do. But that isn't the case. ChatGPT kind of showed me like the torque curves in older engines was more like a peak. And in these engines, it's more like up at a plateau. Peak torque is at 900 RPM, but it holds that peak torque pretty much all the way to 1500 or even higher sometimes. So you can rev it. You don't lose anything by revving it, but you can run at really low RPMs and it'll pull a hill no problem with minimal speed loss. I mean, we're not super heavy right now, but you going up this hill, the RPM really doesn't drop much. The torque number, digital display, lower left, you see a number, it says torque. Right now it's down. Watch when we go up this hill. Torque number went all the way up. The boost gauge went all the way up. Right side, lower left, round gauge shows you your peak boost. We're sitting at like 60 psi of boost at 980 RPM. So less shifting. Yeah, it was nearly 60 pounds of boost over there. And you can just flop along 80 miles an hour.
Keep left.
Probably drop it down to 75 and do even better, and you'd still be in the torque band. Or you could go to 17th gear, drop the speed down to like 65. In that situation, you would just keep it at maximum efficiency zone and pick the gear that's appropriate. Drop the speed down a bit. I think this is Austin. We're a little under peak torque right now. About 880 RPM. No, this is probably Dallas. Because we were north, so this is Dallas. We can get that right lane.
Keep left.
Why does it say keep left? We're going 35 south, aren't we? What the fuck? Oh, and then we're going to be on 45. Oh, I thought we were going I-35. Obviously not, we're going to Houston. Duh. Okay. The negative of this transmission is, at least in this truck, in the game, is it won't go to high gear appropriately automatically. So you end up having to run in sequential manual
Keep
mode.
right, and then turn right.
Oops. That was my bad.
Turn right.
Doesn't help that this guy didn't move his ass. Like,
Keep right.
did you hear the turbo? That was cool. It was like... ch-ch-ch-ch-ch-ch. Here's where it sounds like a rattle trap. See, it'll rev all the way to 2,000. Or a little over. So it's got a really wide RPM range, but also amazing torque down low.
Keep left.
Really? Please pull in for inspection. Great.
Recomputing.
And the inspection
Keep left,
station is
and then exit left.
right here.
Exit left.
It just sounds like it's got a rocker arm loose. I don't know. See, we're pretty light, 66,000.
Keep left, and then exit left. Exit left.
Doesn't really start to sound rattly till above 1,500 RPM. Definitely doesn't accelerate as well as the other truck did, but it's efficient and it's pleasant to drive. More pleasant to drive. Oh. We could keep the speed limit at 75. Just run speed limit. Be curious to see how do we do. 12.6 miles per gallon at throttle, climbing a hill. See, look at the torque. The torque meter is up, which means we're pulling boost a bit, maybe half. Not straight and level, and still going 12.5 miles per gallon. That's astounding. It's really good.
Keep left.
Why do I gotta pull in? I'm not pulling into the way station. We already did that. Actually, I can't pull in there. Oh, it's up. It's next up here. Yeah. I'm not pulling in there, guys. I know I should, but don't do this in real life. You'll get a ticket. We already went to the way station. Why the hell do we got to be inspected again? We already did. I don't want to screw up our fuel economy run. Yeah, the only shitty thing about this load is it didn't pay that well. I'm trying to keep the loads in the $30,000 to $50,000 range, you know, with the goal of more rapidly getting to the next truck. But we do have 2 drivers working for us now. They're both earning money. So, between us doing loads and taking some sleep breaks, to make time move along, you can make some money that way too. So climbing this hill, the revs drop just a little bit, but not much. Neighbor, had some dinner, got some ice cream. It's kind of a regular thing for us on Tuesdays. It didn't take us too long, guys. We're only at 25 minutes and we're almost done with the trip. So, the nice thing about running across Texas is as long as it's on major highways, the time spent isn't that bad.
right.
I wonder where they recorded the sound for this engine. It's almost like they had the microphone under the hood. I don't know. I think it's said in the description. What kind of truck? We're going straight through. Never did say anything. Go straight. Would have been nice to hear right there. Still think the like the tail lights, particularly of other cars, are not nearly bright enough.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
You can hear the turbo, you can hear the airflow. Whoosh, kind of sounds like a hairdryer. A lot of flow. Oh, shit.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right. Get ready to turn left. Turn left. We are finished.
Wow, 90 XP parking. What the fuck is the... Oh, they weren't shitting. You could almost come through that spot right there to arrange yourself. Wonder why you need that big ass trailer for that boat. That boat can't be that heavy. Ah, too much. Well, maybe not. Wow. That worked. Not quite all the way up. We'll double check it. Fuel economy is always seemingly pretty close. 11.78 miles per gallon over the whole trip. That might be the best I've ever seen. Granted, it was not a heavy load, but it was still, you know, we were running basically speed limit, so not bad. So I think we found the combination we want. If we went heavy haul stuff, we could make the gear ratio a little bit shorter so that it would do better for heavy haul. But you know, and there are more powerful versions of the X15. That is an X15 500 efficiency. There is a 500 like tune. There are higher power versions too that you could use. So, but that seems like a good balance. So I'm glad we found an engine that seems to work and a good transmission combo. The main negative is that it won't go to 18th gear at highway speeds unless you're going like 85 miles an hour. That's kind of its major negative, is that it refuses to upshift. Where the International LT with that T14 transmission did seem to handle that better. You would hold 1,000 revs where it was appropriate. All right, guys, that'll be it. I'm tired. It'll be the last one for the night, I think. I'm pretty wiped. So it is a pretty truck, though, I think. It's a good-looking rig. Too bad you can't get the skirts to go past the... I think it would definitely help it if you could have a skirt package that would go all the way to the tires and then have some aero covers over the top of the wheels. I think that would be cool. Of course, the trailer is usually over the top of that anyway. But I'm kind of surprised the skirt package can't be had going all the way back. It can in the sleeper berth, but not in the day cab. All right, guys, that'll be it. Be safe out there.